Hi friends, today I'm going to explain a few more HTML tags, right? So the list of tags, paragraph tag, anchor, link tag, a tag, link tag with ID attribute, right? The a tag with ID attribute, and then ordered list tag, unordered list tag, block code tag, queue tag, image tag, form tag, row span tag, bold tag, text area tag, em tag, definition list tag, address tag, field set tag, legend tag, then input tag with type attribute assigned with the value file, frame set tag, and then frame. Alright, so these are all the tags we are going to see. So now we are already have created a project. The name of the project is HTML web, and here you can see on the screen you can see the HTML web project. Underneath you can see the web content folder. Right click on this and let me create a new JSP file. Go to new and then JSP. Click on here. Just give any name, right? Let me give HD1. Okay, this time giving any name or few tags. So that's the name. Now I have created a new JSP file. Okay, here let me type welcome. Okay, and change the BG color to yellow or spring green. So let me run this. See, on the screen you can see the welcome, uh, the word welcome. You can see the page color is it is in green color, spring green color, right? So let me, so here what I do, here I am going to create a paragraph. So first we are going to see paragraph. So what is paragraph? So in a page, if you want to have a paragraph, all right, so you can make use of this paragraph tag P. So less than, just key in P. You can see on the screen P. There is a pop-up window. You can see there is a tag P, right? So select it, right? Um, we need to close this tag, all right? Um, so the best way to I mean key in less than symbol P, all right, and then greater than symbol, so that the tag is closed here, right? So you don't need to key in uh, the I mean /p. You don't need to key in, already automatically it's been popped up. Okay, so you can place the content in the paragraph tag. So whatever the content you want to have, you can have it here, right? So this paragraph I would like to add some content. So let me, for time consumption, let me copy this, right? I'm just copying something. Here I just, okay. So I would like to have a heading for this. So heading would be in garbage collection. Okay. Now, so I have given the heading in the h3 tag, and the paragraph tag is here. Within the paragraph tag, I have given some content. So this would look like a, I mean, this is really a paragraph on a web page. Okay, so let me run this. You can see, you can see the garbage collection. That's a heading. Okay, and you can see the paragraph. Right. So if I add a few more content, few more paragraph tags, then it may give a complete look of uh, a page that contains many paragraphs. All right, if you want, I can do that. So p, again, close it. Here, you can see this. Here I am just copying it. And for heading, finalize method. Okay, I think it doesn't take. Okay, let me copy this. Now let me run this. See, you can see the paragraph tag works like this. So garbage collection, and then a paragraph, and then another paragraph that has a heading, finalize method, and then the paragraph. Right. So this is how the paragraph p tag works. All right. And so I mean the font style, or some so if you want to give some decoration, font style, font size, so those stuff, if you want to make changes to this paragraphs, then we need to make use of the css uh, file that I will explain in the upcoming session. Okay. So this is now you got to know how to create a paragraph. Fine. And let's move on to list. All right. So how do we create list? So list, again, it's been classified into three. One is ordered list, and the other one is unordered list, and the other one is definition list. So ordered list and unordered list are are used. They are famous, uh, and they are used very frequently. Alright, so let me explain you unordered list first. So how do you create unordered list? Um, so if you want, I can show you how the unordered list. Okay, let me unordered list. So less than symbol and then UL. Okay, okay, and then what you do, just key in the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed, right? So in this tag, what you do, uh, so one more tag comes underneath this unordered list, that is LI. Okay, so it stands for list, so LI. Okay, so just how do you create the LI list, LI tag? What you do, less than symbol, LI, and then greater than symbol so that the tag is closed here. Okay, so so to have a list, just consider I would like to list the states, okay, in India. So first, Tamil Nadu, I say. Okay, so the content should be within this list, LI. Okay, fine. One more state I would like to add. So LI and then greater than, less than LI and then greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. Within this tag, you give that state name, I mean the content. So Delhi. Okay, so one more, LI greater than symbol so that the tag, list tag is created. Here you give Gujarat. Okay, so the one more, if you want, you can give, so Karnataka. Okay, so that's it. So um, now we have created a list. I mean, we have created an unordered list. All right, so let me run this so you can see on the screen. So after paragraph, we need a break line, so I'm just using BR. Okay, so that there would be a break line. Okay, so let me use 2. Now I just run this so you can see you can see on the screen list. See, you can see here. So Tamil Nadu, and then Delhi, and then Gujarat, and then Karnataka. So this is the unordered list. Alright. So it is prefixed with the dot symbol. Alright. Fine. Now, what if I need a list underneath this Tamil Nadu? So underneath this Tamil Nadu, I need I would like to have a list. Okay, I mean underneath this Tamil Nadu keyword, I would like to have a list. Like I would like to have the district names of Tamil Nadu underneath this Tamil Nadu. So how to create this? So again we need to create a unordered list underneath this Tamil Nadu. Okay, so let's see how do we do this. So what you do here, you can see the Tamil Nadu underneath list. So underneath this Tamil Nadu, we need to create we want to have one more unordered list. So what you do, just write create ul. Okay, how do you create the unordered list? Just less than symbol ul and then the greater than symbol, so that the tag is closed. So in between the tag, again you just create li and greater than symbol, so that okay, you can see uh, here you can give. So li list is created, a list tag is created. In the list tag you can give the word in whatever the list you want to have. So I have given Chennai, and one more li greater than, I give Kanchipuram. Okay, fine, fine. Let me run this. Now you can see on the screen, you can see now Tamil Nadu. Underneath you can see the Chennai and Kanchipuram. Right. So Tamil Nadu, uh, it's it is Tamil Nadu. It is an element in the list. Again, this element, it does have a separate list. So that list is Chennai. It does have an unordered list. That is Chennai and Kanchipuram. Okay, I believe you got this. Okay, fine. Tamil Nadu does. I mean, this keyword, it does have a separate list. We can see on the screen. What we have done, just we have created an unordered list underneath this list tag. That's it. So this is how the unordered list works. Okay. Um, so if you want to have so what is the ordered list? It is very similar to unordered list. The thing is, the 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 list would be numbered with 1 2 3, so it would be numbered. All right, so let me show you here. So create the ordered list, listen ol ordered list. Okay, and then the greater than symbol, so that the tag is closed here. Okay, now what you do, just create the list. So let me create, yeah, here what I do, I create some countries. All right, so let me give India, USA, UK, United Kingdom, okay, and then some Russia. Okay, now, so now we have created the ordered list. Okay, how do we have created ol, and then inside this we have created the list tag. In the list tag we just give the content. Okay, now let me run this. You can see you can see on the screen India, USA, United Kingdom, Russia. So these it is an ordered list that is numbered. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it is numbered, right? Fine. So I would like to have a list, ordered list underneath this India. So how do I do? Just create an ordered list. Just go underneath the India list tag, just create OL and then the greatest then symbol so that the tag is closed. So here what you do, create a list, give the state name Tamil Nadu, and then one more list tag, just give Delhi. Okay. And one more list tag, just give Gujarat. Fine. So now let me run this. See, you can see here India. Alright. So underneath it does have a list Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Gujarat, that is numbered with 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So this is how the ordered list works. Alright. So now you got to know how to create the paragraph. Okay. Now you got to know how to create a paragraph, and then how to create the ordered list. Okay. And then how to create a how to create the unordered list, and then how to create the ordered list. Right? Fine. Mm, you can know this. Mm, mm. So let's see what is block code. All right. So less than symbol BLO. When you type block BLO, you can see on the pop-up window block code, right? So just BLOCK block QRT block, and then greater than symbol. Okay, so that the tag is closed. So here, right, I'm gonna uh, so I'm gonna place some content. Okay, and just before this, I'm gonna have the heading. Okay, let it show some. Let me take um, the other content. So what I have done, I have created the block code, and in the block code I have added the content. Alright, so you can see the block code, and I have added, and preceding the block code I have created a heading with h3 tag stack. Let me run this. You can see this is. So on the page you can see stack class, that is the heading. Alright, so whatever the content we have given in the block code, so that you can see here. Alright, so this is the content we have given in block code. So if you make a note of if you make a note of it, you can see there is a tab space. Alright, so each and every line you can see a tab space. It starts after giving a tab space. Alright, so that's the core purpose of block code. So block code, what it does, initially it will take a tab space and then it will start to uh, display the data on the web page. Alright, so it takes the tab space. So whatever the content you give within the block code, those content will be displayed on the page. The thing is, each and every line will take a tab space initially and then the content would be displayed. Okay, so let's move on to, so this block code would be used uh, to to segregate the data uh, in a portion of a page. Right, so let me move on to another tag, q. This is the inline element, right? So what I do, q, you can see less than symbol, q, okay, greater than symbol, so that the tag is closed. So whatever the content you place in between this q, that would be uh, shown on the page as part of the other HTML element. Okay. So now see, this is the content I place in the q element, q tag, alright. So separate paragraph. Now this is the q element. Okay, so you can see. So now I have there is a paragraph. Okay, in this paragraph, I just added the q tag. Right, for this I have added the q tag. The statement, this statement alone falls under the q tag. Right, so if I execute on the page, you can see this, the content of the q tag as part of the paragraph tag. All right, uh, q tag act q tag act as a inline element. Right, so q tag act as an inline element, so it doesn't it acts as a part of the other HTML element. So here the HTML element is paragraph. Alright, so let me run this. You can see here underneath the technique. So this is the paragraph. Alright, so in this paragraph, this is the whole paragraph. The inline element is falls under this, the technique. This is the inline element. Okay, so that inline element, we don't find any difference, right? It is part of the paragraph element. Right, fine. So that's about the q element. So just remember Q element, Q tag acts as an inline element. All right. So it acts as a part of the part of other HTML elements. All right. Fine. Let's move on to other tag, image tag. So image, let me create an image tag. There is a, how do we uh, have image on a web page? All right, using the image tag. So less than symbol img, that's you can see on there will be a pop-up window which shows img image tag. So you just after key type in the img, give a space. All right, there is an attribute called src. Okay, src. Here we just give the image url, src equal to image url. Okay, uh, so and then um, one more attribute is there, height. So how much height, the how much the image, how much height, I mean how much height the you want the image to have. All right, so that can be mentioned here. And then the width. So how much width, uh, I mean the how much width the image should have. So those things can be specified. All right, and one more tab, one more attribute, alt. Alt, this attribute is used to explain about the picture. All right, this attribute is used to explain about the image. Okay, so give some just consider that this image, this picture, it's been taken in the year 1940s. So just say picture in the year 1940. Okay, so it tells about the picture, some additional, I mean it explains about the picture. So alt attribute, it is used to explain about the picture to the end user. All right, so when the end user places the cursor over the picture, they can see this information. I mean picture in the year 1940. All right, here. And then what I do, forward slash, I close the image tag, img tag. Okay, we have yet to give the url for the image. So let me get the url. Already I do have created url. I mean in some other file I have used it. Let me make use of it. So here I have I have copied. Okay, so now let me run this. Let's have a break line. Okay, so let me run this. You can see, let me scroll down. You can see the image here, right? So this is the image. I believe you can see the image here, right? So this img tag is used to display the image on the screen. Alright, so now I'm gonna place the cursor over the image so that you can see the message what we have given, what value we have given to the alt attribute. Alright, so let me you can see here, see picture in the year 1940. You can see the message. Alright, so that explains about the image. Okay, fine. So let's move on to form. So form board. Okay, fine. Let me tell you. Okay, we do have a paragraph. Okay, and I have created a paragraph. All right. So what I have done, I have just copied this and pasted here. So in this paragraph, uh, I want to make this word technique bold. All right. So I want to make this word technique to be displayed as to be displayed in bold letters. All right. So what I do simply, there is a tag called B. So less than B. Okay, and then the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. So what you do, just place whatever the, if you want to have the technique word to be displayed in bold, then just cut and place in the bold tag, B tag. Alright, now let me run this. You can see the word, you can see the whole paragraph. Alright, you can see also you can see that word technique in bold letters. Alright, so let me show you. Let me run here. See, now the paragraph, this is a whole paragraph what we have created, and you can see the word technique, right? I'm just selecting this is the word technique. You can see this word in bold letters because we have applied the B tag, bold tag, right? So you can see now. See, do you see it? I believe now you can see it, right? So that's the purpose of the bold tag, B tag. Okay, fine. Let me show you. Let's move on to other one. Um, so there is a, so just consider that you want to have you want the end user to give comment on on your content. All right, so you have created some article. All right, you want the end user to comment on your article about you want the end user to comment about your article. So how do we can create uh, so we can create a text area. All right, so the and we can ask the end user to comment using the text area. All right, so let me create there is a tag called text area, less than TXTAREA. All right, um, fine. Here what you do, uh, just hold on. You close everything. Right, you can give the just a sec. So let me show you. Right. So here you can see. So so you can give text area, right? Just give a space and then give the ID equal some unique name. I mean, all right, fine. So this you don't actually, you need a name, right? So name, just give a name attribute here. This name attribute is used to identify the identify this text area element. All right. So just give user comment, right? Some text. So this name attribute is used to identify the text area element. All right. Just give a unique name, and then what you do, just there is an attribute called rows. Just give the value how many rows you would like to have. I just give 50 rows, right? And then calls. Okay, so in the calls you can give 50 columns. Okay, and then I give the greater than symbols. So after giving this, what I do, I give the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. Right. So here, whatever the content you want to have, you can, if you give any content, if you if you give any content in the text area, that would be the initial content of the text area. All right. If you don't give any content here, then it would be empty. All right. Fine. So let me show you. Let me run this. I'm just having the content, and let me run this. Okay. Now you can see. So this is the text area. I believe I have given too many rows. All right. Let me make it 10 rows. Okay. So let me run this. See, you can see this is the text area, right? So you can see the box, right? So this is the text area, and I have placed some content that you can see those content here. If you don't give any content here, then it would be the empty box, and the user will be able to key in any content. See, here I can type anything. Now I'm just typing, so you can see. So end user will be allowed to give their comment, All right, so that's so this text area will be used in the scenario where you have you want the comment or feedback from the end user. In that scenario, you can make use of this text area. All right. Fine. Let me move on to other tags. Mm, mm, Field set. All right. So let me show you one more. Here you can see in a web page you may need to have a group. You may need to have uh, group of data. All right. So you may need to have group of data. So how do we uh, place a set of data in a group? So how do we place a set of data in a group? All right. So HTML provides two tags. One is field set and the other one is legend. All right. to, I mean to place the related data in a group, HTML provides two tags, right? One is field set and the other one is legend, right? So I'm going to explain this now. First, you see field set, the less than symbol, field field set. All right. So what you do, and then you just key in the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. Again, underneath this field set, you create one more tag, legend, legend, and then key in the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. Right. So here okay. Let me give I would like to list related data of I would like to group the related data, right? So the related data uh, heading here I just take a scenario snacks. All right. So in between this legend you key in the legend tag you place the name of the group data. All right. I mean name of the group of data. I mean that there would be a data group, right? So you may have some name. So that name you can give it in the legend tag. So the name of the data group will falls under the legend data, legend tag. All right. So here what I do, I in the snacks, I'm just creating some snacks name that can be created using the checkbox, so that the end user will be whatever the snacks they want to have, they can just make a check mark. So what I do, input tag to create the checkbox. So input tag, type attribute, and it will have the checkbox as a value. So give a unique name, something yes1, right? And then greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. Here in between the input, in the input tag, you just give any name. So I just give which sandwich. Okay. Similarly, I create two, three snacks, right? Two, three snacks I just create veg sandwich, and then the cutlet, then the churi, right? And then the nani puri, right? So just make a note of it. When we create the checkbox, all the, I mean the value for the name attribute should be same. All right, it is must. So I have created the group of data. All right, I have made the set of data as a group. All right, what I have done, I have made the set of data as a group. So the group name is snacks. So let me run this. You can see, you can see snacks which, okay, let me have the break line so that it would be okay. Now let me run this. So you can see here, you can see on the screen snacks, right? And then you can see which sandwich, and then the cutlet, and then the kachori, and then the pani puri. All right, so all have the, these are all the check boxes. Though when the, I mean these are all the set of data. All right, we have made the set of data as a group. The group name is snacks. All right, so the end user can select whatever the snacks they want to have. All right, so they may select anything, or all the four, or any three, or any two, whatever they would like to have, they select, and uh, they can get it. All right, so this is how it works. So field set and legend tag is used to group the set of data. All right, fine. And let's move on to form. So how do we create the form? All right. Mm, okay, so form, how do we create the form? So there is a, you want to, you can see the login for whenever you just form is, you can see just consider that you want to log into a website. All right, so you there would be the login username and password would be asked, and you need to key in the your login credential, right? So that can be those username and password, those that can be presented as a form, and then we can make use of it. Let me show you. Less than symbol, and then form form. All right, okay, just greater than symbol so that the form tag is closed. All right, so inside this, what you do, um, in the form, uh, there is an attribute that you need to give a name. name attribute is used to identify the form. It gives a unique name and it is used to identify the form. So just say login form. Okay. So and then one more attribute, action. Right. So in this action attribute, it is used to whenever this form is submitted, the that form will be redirected to that servlet or JSP page, right? To that uh, particular file, this form would be submitted, right? Or to a controller that would be submitted. So here I give some other html1.jsp. So when I give like this, so when I submit this form, that form request and request all the form content, everything would be submitted to this html1.jsp file. All right. So that's the purpose of action. And here you can have, let me, for time consumption, in the previous session already we have seen how to create a label, text box, submit button, everything. So for time consumption, I'm going to copy and make use of it here, right? Mm, can I have this name? So you can have the break. See, now I have created. Now you can see the form tag. Inside this I have created a label name and then the input box, text box, okay, unique text box, and then the password, and then the text box, and then the input submit button that I have created. All right. So that's it. So I'm just going and I'm gonna run this. So here you can see the form here, right? So you can see this is the form name, and then the text box here you can give Thiru, the password. So any password you can give, that won't be displayed, and then register. Click on register. All right. So that's it. So that's about the form. So we can create a form when the end user key in the Thiru, I mean username and the password, and then register that page. It would take uh, it will take the control to the html1.jsp. Why? Already we have given here the action has to be html1.jsp. So those name and your password will be submitted to this html1.jsp. From there the control, the application works. Right? Fine. And one more tag is here. Okay. Okay, this is just this is important. Just consider that uh, one more. You want to in your web page, you want the end user to upload. You are asking the end user to upload their document. All right. So to upload the document, the end user will be shown a text box and then the browse button. All right. So how do we create the text box and the browse button, and how do we ask the end user to upload their document? So that's what we are going to see. For this, what we do, again we use the input tag. Okay. The thing is, uh, just for the attribute type, we just assign with file value. All right. So input tag, give a space, and then the type attribute equal. Here we need to make use of the file value for the type attribute. Okay. So give a unique name for this. Okay. And then close the tag. So if you, okay, that's it. So now the end user will be able to see a text box and then the browse button, so that they can browse whatever the file they want to upload. So once they have selected the file, they have to upload the document, right? For this we need to create one more button. All right. So using the input tag, so input type, you can see the button, right? Select button and give a value upload and give a unique name up submit. Okay, that's it. So let me run this. You can see on the screen, see, you can see on the screen there is a text box, right? So this text box, you can see next to it browse button. So what is that? End user can select whatever the file they want to uh, upload using this browse button. I'm going to click this browse. You can see a dialog box here. You can select whatever the document. I'm just selecting through the Word document and open, so that the document got selected. Now I'm going to click on, when I click on upload, that document would be uploaded to the server. All right. So this is how we create the in a scenario, we want to get the document. We want the end user to upload their document. This is what we. This input tag with this input tag type attribute will have the value file value. All right. And when I click on upload, that would be upload. Here I haven't done the configuration. All right. Fine. Fine. And one more. Legend field set address. So this, okay, fine, address. So one more tag is here, that is address. Okay, what there is a tag called address, address. Just close, key in the address and then the greater than symbol, so that the tag is closed. So whatever the data you give it here, that would be uh, shown as an address. So for time consumption, I just make a copy of it, right? Um, see, already I have here you can see I have copied the address, right? So in between every line I have used to have the new line I have used the break line BR, alright. So number some content, and then you can see BR break line, and then the content main row, and then the break line, alright. That's the place the content in the address tag. Let me see here, let me run this so you can see the address. See, you can see the address number 16. This is the address, right? So if I prefix some BR, you can see this, right? See, you can see address. So this is how it works, right? So address tag is used to provide the address on the web page. So one more steps. So this AID, all right. Let me explain one more stuff, AID. Okay. Um, Now you can see fine. Here I'm going to create an already we have seen the anchor element, right? The link a tag. So that is used to provide the link from one page to other page. But here we are not going to use the href. Instead, we are going to use the id attribute. So what is the purpose of id attribute? Alright. Here I just give a name, a value for this id attribute ds, right? And then I close I key in the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. So in between this tag, what I do in the a tag, I just place destination anchor. So I mean this a tag with id attribute, they call it as a destination anchor, right? Um, or I gave some collection. That's a heading, right? Now I'm going to have a paragraph underneath this. Okay. Mm, let me have this paragraph. Okay. Now what I have done, I have created the a tag with id attribute, and id attribute is assigned with a value ds, and then some heading I have given some word. I have given some heading in the a tag, all right, and underneath this a paragraph is there. Okay. Now to this I mean on the web page, to this portion, to this collection, I mean to this portion of the page, I mean where the a tag with id attribute resides on the page. To this portion of the page I want to move the cursor to this portion of the page. So how do I do? So uh, for this purpose, this a tag with id attribute is used. Alright. So a tag with id attribute, the purpose of this a tag with id attribute is to move the cursor within the page, anywhere within the page. Right. So let me repeat it. So ad tag, I mean a tag with id attribute is uh, used to move the cursor anywhere within the page. Alright. So here I have given this id value and then the heading. So whenever so just to move this portion, I need to create a link, right? So on the top of the page I'm going to create it. See, welcome. Next to here I'm going to create a tag. Alright, so let me close this a tag. Here I give the same collection word. In the a attribute, in the a tag I just give the href attribute, and here I prefix the, I mean whatever the value I have given for this a tag id, that value should be given here. Okay, I need to prefix with hash and then the ds. Alright, that's the value we have given there. So now I'm gonna create, I'm gonna execute this. See, let me give a break line here. See, here on the top of the page you can see the collection, right? So this is a link, but when I scroll down the page you can see collection, there is a paragraph. All right, underneath collection there is a heading, and you can see the technique, there is a paragraph. All right, so this is what we have given when we create the page. We have given the collection, right? You can see the collection, the heading with paragraph. So in the JSP page, this is the one, collection with paragraphs. All right, here the a tag with id attribute collection. All right, so when I click on, I mean this is the top of the page. To go to the collection paragraph I need to scroll down. All right, and then I have to go to this portion of this page, collection paragraph, collection heading, right? Or else in few scenario, in some cases I may have to search for the, if I have, what if I have many headings and paragraphs? In that scenario I may have to search for the heading, collection, and the paragraph. Right, so that's the reason I have created the, in this scenario we can make use of the a tag with id attribute. So I'm not going to scroll down. All I'm going to do, just click on this collection, so that uh, the I mean the control moves on to the heading, collection, and the paragraph. You can see now here, here you don't find any collection at the bottom of the page. You don't find the collection paragraph, right? We are in the top of the page, and in this bottom of the page you don't find any collection paragraph. When I click on this, you will be able to see the collection paragraph here. You can see. Now I'm going to click. See, now you can see here the collection paragraph. I just clicked on at the top of the page. Now you can see the bottom of the page where the collection paragraph resides. So that's the purpose of this a tag with id attribute. I believe you got it. Okay, and then so we have seen, so okay, fine. See, definition list, it is, I have, as I said, definition list. I have explained you two lists, right? One is ordered list and unordered list. Definition list, it comes with three attributes, three tags, right? Uh, so one is definition list DL, okay? Just create the DL and then the greater than symbol so that the list tag is closed. And in this DL tag, we are going to have two tags. One is DT and the other one is DD. So DT, it is used to have the heading, okay? So DT, here you can give any heading. So just I give science, okay? So underneath this DT, see, I mean not underneath, underneath the DL, two tags would come. One is DT and the other one is DD. Okay. So in the DD tag, the acronym for DD is definition description. All right. So here you can give some text. I mean the description. All right. So let me give the description here. I just make a copy and paste it, right? So that's it. So this is the DL. So I believe, let me repeat it. DL stands for definition list. All right. So in how do we create the definition? Definition list is used to have the heading and the description of the heading. All right. So definition list is used to have the subject and the description of the subject. That is the purpose of definition list. So here the subject or the heading is it can be presented, it can be appeared. I mean it appears underneath. It appears in the DT tag. DT stands for definition term, right? So DT, and then the DD, definition description. Here you will have the description, right? So let me run this. You can see. So I just scroll down. You can see, you can see science. That is the heading. That is this is a definition list. Whatever we give the value in the DT tag, that is science. That is shown here, and then whatever the content we have given in the DD tag, definition description tag, that is displayed here, right? So it looks like a heading and then the description, science and then some description, right? Fine. So we do have so row span. Fine. Already we know how to create the table and then how to create a how to create a column. So we know how to create a table. So right. So this row span, this tag. That would be used in a scenario. All right, let me show you that. Okay, here the content for time consumption, I make use of it. Right. Let me make a copy here. So here we are. Okay. So you just forgot about all the IDs. Okay, I just I just remove the ID so that okay, that these IDs uh, would be used when we make use of the CSS file. So here we are not going to use any CSS file. So what I have done, I have created a table using the table. Already in the previous session, I have told how to create a table using the table tag, tr tag, td tag. Right here, I have used the same. I'm going to explain only the row span attribute. All right. You can see the row span attribute. I'm going to explain this. So I have created a table, and you can see the heading t tag. Inside this I have used the td. Td is used for column, right? So the column is s number, and then one more column is name, and then one more column area. All right, so everything I want to be in bold, so I have used the b tag. So and then one new row is created. And how do we create the row? Row is created using the tr tag, and column is created using the td tag. So in the td tag, first I have given a numeric value 1, and then the second column is created using the td uh, tag, and the value is some person name is given Kandasamy, and then third column is created using the td tag, and the location is given Velachiri. All right, like this I have given for 6 columns. All right, 6 rows. So till 3 rows, all the three columns values are given. Fourth row, you can see fourth, even in the fourth row the values are given, but the thing is the person 4, 5, okay, and then the 6. So these 3% they belong to the same location, Velacheri. So in this scenario, I don't need to key in again and again Velacheri, and I want to display the location Velacheri, all right, for all the 3 rows, right? So just consider. I believe we are in the same page. This person, fourth row person, uh, Raja, Mohan, and Shivaji. So 3% they belong to the same location. So I don't need to key in the same location for each and every row, and I want to display the location column for this 3% uh, to be unique because they belong to the same location. So in this case, what I do, TD tag, it is meant for column, right? So tr is meant for row, and td it is meant for column. So when I create the column for the location, right, in the fourth row, what I do add an attribute named row span. Row span, here I give the number 3, so that for the 3 rows including this row, this content, uh, Velacheri, this content would be considered. All right, and that would be shown on the web page. All right, so when I give row span equal to whatever the number, 3 or 2 or 5, that number, here I have given 3. So this td value will be uh, considered and displayed for the 3 rows including this row on the web page. Right, let me run this. You can see here. So 3 rows in the sense 4, 5 and 6 row. Right, so let me run this. You can see this. So that is the purpose of row span. See, here is the table S number, that is a heading, and the name is a heading, and the area is a heading. Alright, you can see underneath the S number column, you can see underneath the S number column, you can see 1 and then the 2, and then it goes till 6. Right, so underneath name, you can see name Kandasamy, like this, Stephen, and then it goes till Shivaji. Alright, so in area you can see Velicheri, the first person, Kandasamy belongs to Velicheri, and Stephen, he belongs to Kandanjavadi. Those I mean Sharma, he belongs to Vadasaravakam, and then for all this Raja, Mohan and Shivaji, all these 3 person, they belong to the same location named Velicheri. So all the 3 rows, the location name is displayed Velicheri. It is centered. You can see this, right? So when we apply some colors and decoration, font decoration, you can see it obviously. Here you can see this, right? All right. So that's the purpose of row span. All right. So I believe you got it. So see in this this tag, it is used when we make use of the CSS file style. When we apply the style to the HTML elements, then we can make use of this em tag. Right, other than that, I have covered all the stuff. Frame set and frame, that is used if you want to have multiple let me show you the content. All right, if you want to have um, few HTML pages, as if you want to create a frame, in that frame you want to have other HTML pages to be part of that frame. In that case, we can create the frame set. So how do we create? Just what you do here, okay, what you do, frame set, there is a tag called frame set. Okay, so give a space, and then what you do, rows. Okay, and here what you do, give the 30 percentage, comma, asterisk, comma, 20 percentage. I'll explain how it works. Right, so just key in the greater than symbol so that the tag is closed. Right, so inside this tag, create, there is one more tag, frame. Okay, so here what you do, this frame tag as a just to identify the frame tag, use the name attribute with some value. So here I give some header, okay, and then the whatever the HTML you want to include, that you can add it here. Right, some HTML file, html1.jsp. okay, and I'm going to close this frame tag. Okay, similarly you can, I just copy and add few. So I have add, you need to change the other so something content. Here I give some other web page, that is part.jsp, something nfd.jsp. Here the content, footer. Okay, so what I have done, so frame set, it is used to create a frame where you can have 3 different uh, 3 or n most probably you can have 3. All right, so you can have uh, you can have 3 different uh, HTML files. I'm sorry, I have used JSP. Here I can, no, yes, you can use both JSP. All right, when it works as a HTML, you can use. So you can include even the HTML. Okay, I mean the view page. So so this frame set, it is used to create a frame, and then you can have 2 3 pages, through 2 3 HTML pages as part of that frame. All right, so what I have done, frame set is created using the frame set tag. It does have an attribute called rows. Here what I do, give 30 percentage and then the star and then the 20 percentage. So 30 percentage of the first, let me explain what is the value later, and let's move on to the frame tag. Frame tag, it does have a unique, it does have a name attribute that is used to give a unique name to this frame and identify this frame. All right, so src, that holds the actual URL of the HTML page. That HTML page would be part of this frame. Okay, similarly we create 2 more frames. So name tag, it is used to give a unique name and identify the frame, and src, it is used to hold the URL of the HTML page. That's going to be the part of this frame. All right, so now let's come back here. Rows, this here I have given 30 percentage. So first HTML page uh, will occupy 30 percentage of the browser. All right, and the last JSP file, I mean any HTML or JSP file view page, that will hold the 20 percentage of the browser, and middle prt.html page will hold the remaining space of the browser. All right, that's how it works. All right, that's the purpose of frame set tag. So frame set tag, it is used to create a frame where you can add 2 3 HTML pages as part of that frame. All right, when you add, you will be allowed to define, um, you will be allowed to define its size of the HTML page. I mean how much percentage that those pages should occupy in the browser. All right, so that's how it works. Here I have not, I haven't done any configuration, so I have just explained this. All right, I believe we have covered all the tags. Paragraph A, block code, UL, image, post context area. Here EM I have already said. When we use the CSS style sheet file, uh, I will explain this EM tag. In that scenario, it would be used. DL address. Legend. Fine, we have done with all the tags, whatever it's been planned. Okay, let me catch you with other topics in the upcoming session. Uh, I believe today you got to know different tags like paragraph tag, A tag with ID attribute, ordered list tag, unordered list tag, block quote, um, Q tag, image, how to display the image on the web page, and how to create a form on the web page, and how to create a row span. What is the purpose of row span? And B tag, text area. So one more definition list, how to create a definition list, and then how to have the address on a web page, and how to group the set of data on a web page. Right, so and then uh, one more, like how to um, ask the end user to upload their file, select and upload their file using the input tag. okay, using the input tag with file value, and then how to um, how to bring 2 3 HTML files into a single frame set and display it on the browser. All right. So I believe you got to know all this stuff. Let me catch you with other HTML tags or other topics in the upcoming session. Please do subscribe to the channel Java Track and click on the bell icon to get notified on new post. Thanks for watching. Bye.